Hi guys, welcome back to Home and Marriage. This is part 2 of our intimacy discussion. I didn't want the video to be too long, so I split it in two. So this is the second half. I hope you enjoyed. Intimacy and the importance. We're going to be talking about 4 different types of intimacies. Now there might be more, but we're just going to be looking at 4. So the first one, and I think we kind of brushed on it a bit, Garfield, is the emotional intimacy. And this is where you talk and you share about your innermost thoughts, your joys, your pains. And this is where you're going to create a safe haven for your spouse to come and be vulnerable to you, to expose everything that's deep within. What are their fears, what they even their inhibitions, what they think their faults are, what causes them to laugh. You know, getting to know them on that level, and where you can be that support to them, you know. And I think that's very important, where you can come and, it doesn't matter how you're feeling, you can come and share that with me, and I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm creating this safe ambience, the safe zone where, you know, you can share that with me and not be judged. And I think that's a part of the covering too, that both of us provide for each other, you know.
And one more thing with emotional intimacy, I think it's important, because we are emotional beings. We are emotional beings, and there are a gamut of emotions that we have. Some comes off as being unhealthy, some more healthy and more pleasant. But the reality is that whatever emotions we share or we show, then it's coming from somewhere. If I'm always angry, the anger I have is coming from somewhere. If I'm always fearful and I'm always worrying, it's coming from somewhere. No human being get up and they're not just get up every day and they're just angry because they choose to be angry. That anger is coming from somewhere. It could be their childhood, could be past relationship. So as a couple get more intimate and start sharing their past, you know, we can better see why we feel the way we feel, why we emote the way that we emote. And I think in so doing, we can be a little bit more compassionate. We can be you know, listen a little bit more, be a little more tolerant, and help that person, help that spouse, you know, to face the past so as they can move forward in the future. Make sense?
Yeah, very important point. Yes. And you mentioned about moving on into the future. Sometimes you'll see your spouse acting a certain way too, and wanting to achieve something, working towards something in the future. And that might be because of something that happened in the past too. So even in that sense, where they're sharing or pouring out their hearts to you, their heart to you, and seeing their drive. Why are they working so hard to achieve this? Why are they working so much to achieve that? Is it something that they lacked in their past, or something that they had and they would want back? You know, provided they want something that they didn't have and they would want it for their family, their immediate family right now. Understanding all of that on an emotional level, and helping support your spouse in that sense is very important to the relationship emotionally too.
For example, so a man may have grown up in a family where they were very poor and they lacked stuff. I mean, I grew up poor, you know, I grew up poor. We didn't really have it as such. But growing up, I decided, you know what, I want better than this. And that sometimes we will push a person to work very hard and become very ambitious and push and push and push. And sometimes to the point where it affects the relationship. But I believe if that person can realize why they are pushing so hard, and the spouse can understand why that person is pushing so hard, you know, that intimacy can cause them to work better together, you know, in moving forward, in meeting dreams, and you know, and just dealing with what their expectation, what they want to achieve in the future.
Right. Being Garfield's helpmate should try to help him to achieve that goal, so that goal can become my goal, and we work together to achieve that goal. All right. All right. So the second intimacy that we're going to be looking at is physical intimacy, and this intimacy entails being affectionate with your spouse. So this will take in holding hands, kissing, cuddling, hugging, just physical, what's the word? Physical what?
Just touching each other physically.
Yeah.
Just touching each other. I mean, just touching each other.
Physical actions.
Yeah,
you know, it takes in that, because you can tell me day in day out that you love me, but if you don't show me physically, I don't see how I'm going to know if it's not shown. And there's a saying, action speaks louder than words. So show me. If you say you love me, show it to me. And it does not just entail kissing and holding hands. It could be rubbing my feet. It could be helping me to clean the house. It could be washing the dishes. Physical stuff that we can see. Things that we can see and I think feel.
True.
Anything to say on physical?
Yeah, I mean, most men, to be honest with you, most men, I mean, we hug, we hold hands, but men generally, we're not huggy and touchy most time. We'll do it. I mean, I did with her, but women more, most, I shouldn't say all women, but women generally like to be touched and hugged. And I mean, I don't mind being touched. I don't mind being hugged, you know, but it does something. The human touch does something when someone is crying or sad and or you're sad and someone come and hug you without even saying a word. It does something. I tell you, I can't explain it, but it does something when you're sad and you're down and someone come and put their arms around you and just hug you without even saying a word. It makes you feel secure. So the physical touch is very important. You know, a touch on the shoulder, you know, even to your students or to your son, you know, just it does something to the human spirit and human soul that I can't express, and it pulls people closer together, you know. So while men we're not touchy and huggy, it do works for us, and it do works, you know, for women also.
Please your partner sexually, and this is on a mutual level, a mutual basis. So it's not me just having an idea in my mind and I want to play that out, and then Garfield has nothing to that he doesn't want to do that. It has to be mutual. If it is not mutual, then that's not going to create a closeness or an intimacy, a sexual intimacy that is healthy.
And not because you're having sex and it's mutual, that means that there's intimacy. Because casual sex, there's no, while you're close in that sense, both of you are physically together, there may be no intimacy, just sheer pleasure. And in couple, a married couple, I mean, I think sex is greatest when there is deep intimacy, when it's more than just the pleasure, you know.
Then for number 4, we have spiritual intimacy. And this is where the couple comes together and pray together, worship together. They can share about their all moments, spiritual moments. Talk about your different beliefs, if there's a different belief or common belief. Share your belief. What are your thoughts on eschatology? What do you believe in? Do you believe in pre-tribulation? Do you believe in the rapture? Do you believe in heaven and hell? What do you believe in? But coming together on a spiritual level, going to church together, worshiping together. How do you what decisions do you make concerning your children spiritually? You know, so that sort of intimacy, that spiritual connection, coming together, being one before God.
And I can tell you, sorry to cut you, but I can tell you that for me, and I think I can speak for us, but I can say more for me, I believe Latoya and I got closer primarily through spiritual intimacy. I mean, when I met Latoya, we didn't date much. The first time I saw Latoya, I wasn't really interested in her the first time I saw her. We weren't really involved, we didn't talk. But next time I spoke, she was on the phone. And after that conversation, I got interested in Latoya. And the very next time we're seeing each other, we're going to the pastor to tell him that we're going to get married. So we didn't date any at all. I know it might sound ridiculous, and I'm not suggesting. I'm not suggesting that anyone go out there and do that, but we just knew. And what pulled me to her was her spiritual belief. When she told me she wanted to be like Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman, and she said that's what I want to be, and I said, well, I want a woman like that. We have nothing in common. Our upbringing was totally different. I'm a man, she's a woman. We're just totally different. I love sport, like I didn't like sports. I'm loud, like I is quiet, so we're different. But when we got married, the only thing that we really had in common was our spiritual belief. And that's the word of God, the Bible, that's what guided us. People might say we're crazy and, you know, to believe. People say we're crazy. You know, that we believe in. Someone, a Christian, might say, oh, can you let a God who can't see country life? But I'm telling you, it works for us because we believe. We believe in what the Word of God says. We let the Word of God, that a spiritual aspect, take control of our lives, and we subscribe to what the Bible says. So for us, husband love the wife as Christ loved the church, and wife submit to us, but we take that seriously. And that's what guided us as we share and believe in the Word, and we put our feelings and our opinions secondary to the Word of God. So spiritual intimacy, work for us as we got in the Word and we see the Word and decide, listen, we're going to do this. We believe in this. We may differ on certain things, but we studied it. We come together as one, and the more we come together spiritually, is the more thing. All the other level of intimacy fell in place. You see that?
Yes.
That's how it works. So for me, and I know there are people who might be listening to us who say, well, I'm not spiritual. Well, fine. But I'm just saying, for us, that works for us. When you have something bigger than yourself that you can, look for, a being that you can subscribe to, a being who put a plan in process and say, okay, follow this, and as we follow it, we are seeing the results. So it's from spiritual intimacy to me that everything else flow. Everything else flow. That's my opinion.
My opinion too. Yes, guys. So that's it for intimacy. If you think that this video helped you in any way, please remember, like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye.
Don't put it in there.